Live. We're live.
All right.
It's been Halloween, so we're alive now.
That's true. It was. It came and it went. It was there. It happened.
It happened. All right. Hello there, folks. This is Würfelcast, episode 13. The topic of the day is top 10 anticipated games of 2019, a revisit to our lists. It's not going to be so enjoyable for me, but very much
Uh-oh.
enjoyable for Kyle. Yeah. No, not that.
Well,
Like, we're going to talk about it later.
okay.
But so you see our names. It's Ilja here.
And Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle over there. And we always start with the plays we've done so far. And by the way, I'm trying to look into more things about the StreamYard, and right now we can customize things. You can see a small picture already, an improvement, yeah. But everything else kind of looks fine. If you will watch this video later, you can comment how do you feel about this new streaming platform? Do you feel it's good,
All right.
bad, or amazingly abominational? I don't know.
Abominable?
Abominable. Yeah. I don't know. Me no
That word.
English.
Okay.
Yeah, that. Yes, that's the one.
Well,
Yeah.
I can't say it in Estonian, so.
I can too. I don't know what's the
All right.
synonym. But all right, so we're gonna start with the recent plays. And I've played a bunch of games. When was the last episode? Like 2 weeks ago. And I played a bunch of games. I played some older games, some new games as well. So, but anyway, Kyle, let's start with your recent play.
All right. So we had recently a sort of a game event here locally where we all got together in a hotel about half an hour north of Atlanta for a couple of days. And I got to play a lot of games, some older ones that I don't play as often. And one of those that I would talk about hold on, I've got props. Manhattan Project Energy Empire.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
I looked at it, and actually, the last time I had played it before this last weekend was with you in Estonia.
Yeah.
And
It's in the
so
camp. Yeah.
it it had been a little while since this one had come out, and so I was really learning it from back from ground zero. It's a lot of fun. It still holds up quite well. I still like it better than the original Manhattan Project, and I like it better than the Part 2 Manhattan Project, and I like it better than the card game.
Yeah.
And I think it's just as much fun as it was back then. It's interesting because you're generating energy, which is temporary workers. So you've got your workforce, and you're doing various things to acquire dice that will allow you to create energy. And the energy sometimes pollutes, sometimes it doesn't. And of course, the polluting energy is always better. And so you're also trying to manage cleanup. And there's some random events that will come up, but you can plan for them. It's just a very interesting game. It works well. It's not too long and it's not too complicated. And you can build yourself a nice little engine that you can sort of all fire off at once if you plan things well. So I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad I got to play it again.
I haven't played it since. Was it? It wasn't my copy. It was.
It was mine.
It was your copy. Yeah. That's why I never bought this game. I liked it as well. I really liked this one. I think I didn't like few things I don't remember anymore that much, but I like the dice. I like the original Manhattan Project is all about boom building up your engine and doing everything like in your small section of the board. In this one, there was more kind of interaction between players during the worker placements. Like you need to pay extra in order to go to that space if there's somebody else, like build a bigger tower of the workers and energy things. And you don't have to use only workers, you can use energy. I like all of that. Like it's a boosted up Manhattan Project. But they're different games. I mean, like,
Oh yeah.
they were quite different. I like that. We played it in February 2017, so it was like more than 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
You should come visit Estonia at some point, so we can play another round of
I
that.
should.
So anyway, So it still holds for you. It's still
Yeah, it was just as good as it was as I had remembered it being, and I was really glad to get it out again.
yeah. It's cool because nowadays, especially with you having so many new games, it's really cool to have. I mean, like, yeah, it's really cool to have some games which you can get out like from a few years ago and just enjoy them as you know already that you like them, you know. So
Hmm.
yeah. So anyway, I've played quite a few games, and but so I'm trying to show my favorite games to some new folks and to some other like friends who want to get into board games. And I'm like, I'm not gonna go with the fillers and family type games. I'm gonna go straight with strategy games. They will handle that, and they do. First one is I've played quite a few times. It's Stockpile, and as I started doing the game nights at one of the bars in Estonia in the old town, there was like it was the first time when we had a little bit more people. It's just starting to go on. You know, it's starting to kind of be more active of a game night. You know, at first it was just a few people, and now there's a little bit more. And I'm hoping there will be more and more and more as we go further. But anyway, with Stockpile, there was a father with a child who came over at the bar. I'm like, "Ooh, interesting." And I'm like, the child was like 10 years old, and he was like, "I want to play games," you know. And I'm like, "Okay, cool. Stockpile is probably fine, you know." And he's like 10 years old. I mean, like, you can grasp it pretty well. And he did, and he asked very smart questions, and he beat us. Like he's like, I'll just have all that money over here at the end of the game. I'm like, okay, okay. That was my strategy. I was like, oh, okay, okay, cool. But it was like it
You'll
was
win if
really
you do
cool.
that.
Yeah, it was really cool because his father played. I bought several games. So one group played Mission Red Planet on the other side, and the father was playing Mission Red Planet. We were playing Stockpile, and I guided people through Stockpile because it's an amazing like it's a little bit on a like family plus weight of
Hmm.
a game uh, with kind of simple rules, and it's about like economy, very light economy, speculating, pushing your luck, kind of a little bit of that, and trying to predict things, which is really cool. It works with many people, and we played the same game another day with my friends, and it works every time I play it. It works really well with anyone I play because we were laughing. We were laughing all the time. We are laughing about every possible, you know, ups and downs of those stocks. We're like, oh, I get it. This will go down or this will go up. Oh, you have this action card. Oh, you put that card over there. We were laughing all the time, and that was an amazing experience. So, Stockpile, one of the recent plays, still amazing. I don't know, never fails. Yeah.
Yep, it's a good game. I'm looking forward to the new expansion that should be coming pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know. I went onto the Kickstarter, but I haven't really paid more attention to it than that. I know it was available at Gen Con, but the mass sort of wave of it is coming in the near future. So hopefully
Uh,
it'll be great.
it wasn't. Oh, okay. Because yeah, I really want to get the expansion as well because this one adds a gamer stuff to it. I think.
Yeah, and it does something with the turn order too. That because that was the one complaint is different player counts. Somebody ended up having to be first multiple times, and it was better to go
Yes.
later in the turn order in that game.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
something with the turn order that's changed that kind of accommodates that. So I'll be curious to see how that goes.
All right. So let's go to another recent play that you have, Kyle.
All right. Well, this is a very recent play, so recent that it was 2 nights ago. And this is a brand new game. I am always looking forward to brand new games. And I love the Arkham Horror living card game, so I was curious to try the Marvel Champions living card game,
Yeah. Okay.
which just arrived. It arrived 2 days ago or so, something like that, and I got it right out and played it. Played through one time, and I enjoyed it. I don't know that I was blown away by it, and I was hoping I would be, because there's unlike Arkham Horror, there's really no story here. It's just sort of sit down, play a game, fight a bad guy, and you're done. And so I need to play it a little bit more to get the full sense of what the strategy is and what to do. It felt a little bit random on my first time, but that's okay. And in the campaign games, that's okay because, as you know, there's not really a win or lose state. You sort of
Mm,
may have some advantage in the next version or some disadvantage based on how you did, but you keep going for the story. And here we've kind of extracted all the story out and just have the game mechanisms. So I'm not, the jury's still out. I need to try it a few more times. I did like it, but I did
yeah.
not love it quite as much as I thought I would.
Mm, all right. So I don't know if I want to try that one. I'm not into superhero themed games that much. I like the
Goodbye.
movies. No, I like the movies, and I'm like, but every time I think about that, I don't know. It's that type of fantasy thing that doesn't really appeal to me that much. So, but it's an LCG. And I'm like I'm starting to get not annoyed, but I mean like there's the Arkham Horror LCG, there's that LCG, that LCG. There's too many LCGs, and they're so similar. Is this one like is this one very different from all the others that they have?
I don't know. I mean, it feels kind of similar. I mean, there's some similarities and some differences, right? I mean, it's similar mechanisms. You're not pulling tokens from a bag this time. Um, it's sort of you've got your turn, you take a certain number of actions, you use cards to pay for the cost of other cards, kind of almost like a, what is it, San Juan type or Race for the
Yeah.
Galaxy type thing. You've got a special ability, and you've got your secret identity and your hero side, and you can flip those over and have different abilities on each side as you become, your hero form or your secret identity
Mm-hmm.
form. That part's very interesting. Another intriguing part is, unlike the Arkham Horror one, which is really the only of the LCGs I've kept up with, there's not an ongoing story. And so if you're not interested in one pack or another pack, you don't have to get it. If you don't care about the Green Goblin, just don't buy that pack. And so it's a little bit more modular and a little bit more, you can kind of just get what you want, than Arkham Horror, where if you miss one episode, you're kind of, it disrupts the flow of your campaign.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's that. And so it will definitely be, if you wanted just to dabble with one of these and not necessarily go all the way in, this might be a better starting one. Also, it comes in a box that's actually big enough to hold the game. So that's definitely a plus. Even has a box insert, which is amazing. Although the box insert looks like it maybe came with a different game because it doesn't really fit the cards. But hey, it's progress.
That's a usual thing. Yeah, yeah. Like
Well,
we have a
it's not
standard
the
thing.
well. It's like a molded plastic box insert, but like the little things where the cards would go are much too wide to hold the actual cards.
Okay. That's the usual thing with the inserts here, where the inserts are just there to be inserts. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
to be kind of like addition and not really a design itself.
yeah.
So yeah, all right.
But I look forward to trying it a few more times. I'm going on a business trip, and it might come with me just because it looks like it'll be a fun solo experience, and so I might just take that for the hotel room at night or something like that. Because I sometimes take something bigger, but it might be good to take something small this time.
Yeah, yeah, true. Get that. All right. So I was I was about to talk about the adventure games, the new Cosmos series of like puzzly things. If you know adventure games,
Hmm.
yeah, the monochrome
Yep.
ink. I thought I would talk about that, but we've played the first chapter, and I, I'm not gonna like. I need to play it more. So I thought I would talk about that, but now I think I want to play it more. I kind of liked it, but there's few things that didn't. So the other one I wanted to talk about, the other one was the older game and one of my favorite games of all time, which is Empire's Age of Discovery, and which is it is a worker placement game with different workers. It is amazing because you can use the different workers differently. The merchant brings you money, the missionary brings another settler, and the captain can go exploring better, and the soldiers so the soldier thing, the warfare thing. And so we played a 3-player game with two of my friends who are extremely competitive, and they always, because I'm a kind of like a gamer and they are starting to get into board games, they're trying to sometimes join forces to bring me down. And
That would
I
never
still won.
happen.
I still won because I was a smart player, not just in your face player. So uh, and the Empress of Discovery never fails as well, because it's you put your workers down and then it's smart. Yeah, it's smart when, where, and it's simple still how you what's the area control type thing it is there. I mean, like the area control portion of the game is simple, but you need to time things very precisely in order for it to bring you the most points. Yeah. With the worker placement spots, with money, sometimes you're short of one money, then go and grab that initiative so you can get one money, and but first you can put your builder on the building spot. But you don't have enough money, and some people like at first when they play this game, they're like, you don't have enough money, why are you putting the builder there? I'm like, you watch. And then I got the extra money from, like, I put the merchant next and put the initiative and so on. So and there was a cool thing was that one of the buildings is like you choose another opponent and you can never have war with each other, something like that, the peace treaty or something like that. So they did the peace treaty with two of them, so they could only fight me, they couldn't fight each other. And one of them was already fighting me, but I kind of tried to not the trash talk, but kind of try to talk the other one out of this mess. Like, oh, no. If you all pile on me, the other person is gonna win, and so on. So there's a lot of that cool things going on, like meta game inside this one, and it just works.
All right.
Yeah, I
It's a good
love
one.
Empires of Discovery. Yeah, it's they
It
played it
is
for the
in a
first time.
very large box.
It is, but that's where, like, you bring this box out, you put it on the table, yeah, and people were like, they are probably video gamers. They played one was in the IT department or something like that. He works in that, and like they play video games, yeah. And then I put the big box, look at this huge cool box with miniature things and so on, cool bits and so on. So and a map, a huge map. They're like, oh, we're in. They like that.
All right.
Big boxes
Very
really
well.
bring people together. And cats.
Good to know.
Cats. Yeah. Boxes bring cats. If you put
All
the
right.
box out, the cat comes in.
I see.
Even the tiger can. Anyway, yeah, that was my second recent play. All right. So we're going to go to the next topic. And it's going to be the desire play. It's a play with desire. That's as simple as it is it?
Yeah, that's true.
And also, it can be a game that you already own. It can be a game that you already played, or you want to play. It will be on. It is on Kickstarter or something like that. But on the other hand, I usually try to avoid Kickstarter games because we have another topic for that. So mostly, yeah, the game that you really want to play right now. So what's your desired play, Kyle?
This is always a tough topic because I have so many new games and so little time to play them all. But one game, I've played it recently a time or two, but I really would like to play it again, is a new one called Paladins of the West Kingdom. And I have it
Okay.
here on the table, but it's on the other side of the table, so I can't reach it. But it's I played it one time with Victor and then one time with somebody else, and it's a really interesting little game. You I mean, it looks like all the
Yeah.
rest of those games from that series, sort of the same artwork. But unlike some
How
of
does
those,
it?
there's a main how
How
what?
is it spelled? Paladins.
Paladins. Yeah,
Yeah.
Paladins
Yeah.
of
I
the
like
West
that.
Kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one. Sorry.
In
Yeah.
your Paladin deck, which is special abilities, and so you'll draw 3 and you'll choose one special ability you want for the round. You'll put one on the bottom of the deck and one on the top of the deck so that you can get it later. They give you some discounted or bonus actions, and they give you a couple of one of the 3 attributes that you're trying to do. And most of your action takes place on your own player board, which is very large. This is a devourer of tables, but it's a lot of fun
Mm-hmm.
because you've got you
Big
need
one.
one kind of resource to do something to make another action better, and so you kind of have to think carefully. Okay, these things work together. I want to do this so that I can do this and that, and it's one of those steps ahead games, but it really works well. It's
Yeah.
fun to sort of do your own thing. There's not a whole lot of interacting with other players, although there is a little bit, especially for some of the actions
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
there are
Yeah.
limited board spots. But I don't know, I quite liked it. It's a little bit on the longer side, but I would love to try it several more times. I'm really kind of enjoying this one.
Okay. So this is Paladins of the West Kingdom. I Oh wow, 362. Oh, okay. So it's like heavy. Okay.
Well, the
So
box sure is, and the things hardly fit back inside.
okay. So yeah, I'm not into this series of games. I haven't played them, but the thing is that nowadays new worker placement games they need to have a extremely cool theme or something like that. Like the Cosmogenesis that I had. Something like that to bring me to play them. Because worker placement games for me I'm getting tired of them. And this one is also worker placement, but like the previous ones were more straightforward worker placement games. Yeah.
Well, each of them has. So if I take the 3 good ones, which are Raiders of the North Sea, Architects of the West Kingdom, and Paladins now, they are worker placement games, but they each have some sort of a new riff. In Raiders, you're of course placing one. You only have one worker, and you'll place it, and then if you can take a worker that someone else placed on another round. So you've got 2 actions each round, and so instead of you sometimes want people to take certain actions so that you can kind of take the rebound action. In Architects, you're placing a worker, and your workers stay there, and you don't block each other. But the more workers you have on a spot, the more times you can fire off that action. And in this one, you're not really doing worker placement in the traditional sense of I go out there and take a spot so that you can't. All of your stuff happens on your own board, and you can build in discounts, and you can try find ways to combo it off and clear your board so that you can take the action again. And it's more of the workers are your currency, and they allow you to take the action in a sort of a traditional worker placement game. I don't know. They all take the sort of basic core mechanism and make an interesting spin on it.
Okay. 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 That's fine.
The
I
other games in the series aren't very good, so that
Okay. So yeah. Still, but this one looks for me more interesting than the all the other ones. Yeah. Just to be
it, it
honest.
it's definitely worth trying. And it's for some reason that company loves the same size box, which is nice, but this game doesn't fit in the box, so it's that is
Yeah.
definitely a knock against it.
All right, so my desired play is a game that I just bought and I have it, and I will probably play it tonight. It depends. It depends. But it's Abomination, Abomination. No, that's
Abomination,
Abomination, the Heir of Frankenstein. Frankenstein,
the heir of Frankenstein.
the
The
heir of
hair is the
Frankenstein.
stuff that's on the top of his head.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's. Sorry, it's too many weird words. Abomination, the heir of Frankenstein. Yeah, that's the one.
Yep.
So yeah. Anyway, we go back from this one. So this is a worker placement game, and I read the rules, and that's why I heard about this game like that's really cool. I read the rules like there are not that many rules, and it sounds
No.
extremely thematic for me
Uh-huh.
at least. Yeah, and this
Yep.
one you what? Yeah,
Yep.
it's
It
oh
definitely
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So in this one you are trying to g- like construct your own monster, Frankenstein, and bring it to life, and yeah, trying to get the most points at the end of the game. So basically something like that. I haven't played this one, but I like it has these different worker spots. I like how you can bump other players, but then they get extra money for that, and the research things and you're rolling dice, which is luck based thing, and some people complain about that luck in the games. In this game example, for example, but there are those research cards from that which will mitigate the luck as well. So, but this should be a long game. That's the thing. Like I heard about this game is that it's going to be a long game,
Yeah.
and that's where the
Well,
luck comes in.
let me caution you. It's not a long game. It's a long game.
Okay, I see.
So I
But this one a lot. I like
like it.
it's like gross a little bit. I mean, you are digging body parts or you're murdering somebody or something like that. It's extremely dark theme. And I was looking at all the pictures and things and like, whoa, it's extremely dark theme. It's a horror theme. It's a 100% like thematic horror theme worker placement game. Even if I've not played this one, I read some reviews and things, and I look at the rules and the components. I can already see that it's extremely thematic Euro game. So I'm very much uh, interested in playing this
Yeah,
one
I've
as soon
played
as
it
possible.
several times now. I think I recommended to you that you use the variant rules that Plaid Hat just
The
posted,
Igor,
which make the game they make it shorter and they allow you a little bit more control of the luck. So I think that's going to be more enjoyable, and that's probably the way that I will play it most of the time from now on, just because it's very long, and if you're luckier, you'll probably win. Is in the long run. But there's a whole lot of, I mean, not necessarily. There's other things you can do. Bringing the monster to life isn't the only way to play the game. You can bring something to life and then hope that you damage it so that it dies, and then bring it back to life again so that you can get lots of points. I mean, there are things to do, but the
yeah,
length of the game is a real problem for some people. Not for me. I've never felt bored while playing it. And
yeah,
lots of the things you're doing are happening simultaneously, but you've got this big menu of things you can do. Like when you're making the monster parts, it's this huge this page with different costs, and then you're sort of thinking, okay, well, I need 4 organs and 3 muscles and 5 blood, and and you're trying to plan it out, and lots of that happens simultaneously, which is great, because if you had to wait for everybody to go through that, you would scratch your eyes out. But
yeah. True.
but it is a lot of fun. I like it a lot. I just highly recommend small player counts, especially for the first time, and using the variant, the Igor rules that were just posted on Plaid Hat's website, because they will help with some of the problems. Also, find a humongous table for this thing, because it is another devourer of
Oh,
tables.
I do have a big table. Yeah. So
Well, you'll need a bigger one.
I oh I most of my games fit on this table. Even the Rising Sun
Okay,
with a
just
neoprene mat.
know that you have been warned.
I see. I see. All right. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, most likely I will play it today. So, but let's go to the next topic, and it's gonna be, and I'm gonna stop sharing so we can get back to our normal things. So it's gonna be guess that game. So this is a small mini game you can play with us, even if you're rewatching this episode, and we're gonna give some hints about the game to each other and try to guess that game. So,
Mhm.
Kyle, why don't you start?
All right, my game is a civilization themed game.
It's what's it called with the big mammoths? No, not the mammoths, elephants. Clash of Cultures.
Oh no, it's not.
Okay.
My second clue. Sorry, there was a bit of a reaction there. My second clue is that this is a tableau building game.
Tableau building game. So, oh, the Deus.
Nope, fair though. This is a
Okay.
game that is a remake of another game that's a remake of another game that's a remake of another game that's a remake of another game.
Oh, the Civilization: The New Dawn.
No?
Well, okay.
This is a game with very cute, almost app video game type art.
Oh, it's a Civ Imperacarta thing. No, it's not. But it's a civilization building, not like a city building.
No, it's a civilization game.
Okay, so I'm not sure about that one.
Okay. This game takes place in the north.
Oh, the the Imperial Settlers, or like Northmen, whatever the other one is.
It's the other one. It's
The
Imperial
North.
Settlers, Empires of the North.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yep. It's I just actually got the Japanese Islands expansion for it too.
Ah,
If you
cool.
like Imperial Settlers, you'll like this. If you don't like Imperial Settlers, you won't. It's almost the same game.
As easy as it is. As easy as it is. So, all right. So my guess that game. So it's a building game. Deck. It's a deck building game. I want to say. Yeah, you probably
A
don't
deck
have
building game. Is it Clank?
No. It takes place during winter.
Is it Arctic Scavengers?
Oh, yes. That was easy.
Okay, well, I mean that is
Yeah.
the deck building game that takes place in winter.
Yeah. I should have thought something else. Anyway, so your next one, I think we're lagging a little bit, so but it's all right.
Well, there's always a little bit of a lag.
Yeah, it's Estonia versus US.
So my next game is a game that has a very German title.
The German, the Quacks of Quedlinburg, something like that. The Quacks of the Edinburgh,
Die
Quedlinburg.
Quacksalber von Quedlinburg?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not that one.
Okay.
It's not that one. This game is a 2019 release, I believe.
Oh my god. I usually skip the games that have German name in it. You know me.
Okay. This game has a theme of beer, which I don't like, but beer.
2019 game
Really?
about
I
the
think
beer.
it's 19.
It's a beer empire or something like that. I don't know exactly.
It is not Beer Empire. That sounds like a terrible game.
Okay.
This game involves building and running your own tavern.
Oh, I know the game, but I don't know the name. I know what you're talking about. Tavern. Yeah. I just.
Well, I'll put you out of your misery. The game is. There we go. Die Tavernen in Tiefenthal.
Yeah. Yes, that's the one. That's one I was thinking about. Really?
I think it just came out in English as well.
Okay, because I feel like it's not the last year's game.
I don't know. I got it this year. I hadn't heard of it before this year. I think it's a 19 game.
How it's in English? What's the English?
I don't know. I have the. I mean, I've had the German one for a couple of months. I don't have the English one. It's not language dependent, so I've just been playing it in German. Well,
it's
I guess we've been playing it in English, but the rules are in German. But I can handle that.
Like Hefenthal. What was the? How do you say one in German?
The internet says the taverns of Tiefenthal.
The taverns. And that's
The taverns of
that's the one.
Tiefenthal.
That's where I say
That's it.
that Board Game Geek has a terrible search engine. Yeah, because that
Well, I don't know.
that's the one I was thinking
Anyway,
about. Yeah.
that's okay. It's fun. I like it. It's a game that has 5 modular expansions, but now that I've played with them finally, I was just playing the basic game. I don't think I'll ever play without them. They're not
Okay.
very hard. They're just some extra rules, and they make the game better. It's kind of like Quacksalber when you play with the other side of the board that has the special track. Once you sort of start doing that, it's hard to go back.
Okay.
So,
All right. So my next guess that game is or has a historic theme.
has a historic theme. Is it Through the Ages?
No. In this game, it's a set collection game, but with a
Is it
interesting twist.
that? Is it that Guns game? That Guns and Steel or something like
No,
that?
no, 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 no. Guns and Steel
Okay.
is the civilization game, though historic as well. Yeah. Sure. In this game, you have to stay in the queue.
Oh, was it this Koleka game?
Yes, that's the one.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
there we go.
yeah. It's also it's really nice. It's a different game. It's kind of a worker placement game where you're putting all your workers in those queues, and then you're pulling them out to take the like card or something like that, which is from your shopping list. So it's like a set collection, but this set collection tells you exactly what you need. You know, it's like the shopping list. You need 3 of those, 3 of those, 2 of those, and then it's kind of set collection. So, all right. So,
All right.
this is it. This is it, and we're gonna go to the next topic, which is what's on Kickstarter. And we're gonna talk about the games that are on Kickstarter, or like one game each. What we
Yeah.
really wanna talk about. So your Kickstarter game.
Well, so Kickstarter's going through a dry spell for me. Um, some people are very excited about stuff that's there right now. Once in my life on there, and so today I'm going to talk about something that's not on Kickstarter but is on Indiegogo, which I don't really like to use. Because I don't really have, I don't know, I just don't understand the interface. But this is the app version of Spirit Island.
Indiegogo. Okay.
So, Spirit Island is a game that I love. And this company, which is Handelabra, it's the same company that made Aeon's End app and Sentinels of the Multiverse app and a couple others, but those two are the best ones. And all their stuff is fantastic. Oh, they also did what was that? What's that dungeon game I like? One Deck Dungeon, which I also love. And so they're doing the app implementation or the electronic implementation of Spirit Island. They're only talking about Steam right now, which doesn't interest me at all. But hopefully they'll end up putting it on an app and like for playing on the iPad or something like that. Because this is a great game. I love Spirit Island. The only problem with it is that it takes it's a bit of a bear to set up, and there's so many different modules with lots of different rules and it's also very easy to make a mistake in the game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
There's a lot of things that deal with timing. It's a fantastic game, though. I love to play Spirit Island, and I would play the heck out of it if it came to my iPad. I mean, I think let's just say my bathroom breaks would get a little bit long. Uh,
Yeah.
I really enjoy all their other stuff, and I really hope this succeeds. Because it's on Indiegogo, which is a little bit less visible to some people. It's not doing probably quite as well as they'd hoped, but I hope that it does end up getting some traction and that it becomes a reality. Because I will definitely purchase it day one once it comes out. I quite like the game.
Okay. Okay. So this one is $18, and the Lux
There's a
edition.
bunch of
Let me
different
see.
things, but it's a, it's an app, so there's not. I don't
Yeah,
really know what a deluxe edition
but
of an app is.
€27 for deluxe is like original soundtrack and promos and digital
Oh,
playmat. I mean, like, yeah, because you want
yeah,
something like
that
that,
sounds.
That sounds too much. It's this is too much.
Yeah,
Should be like 15
that
euros most,
that
maybe.
sounds like a bit. Well, it's because it's Steam prices, and for some reason, Steam games are always much more expensive than app games, even if it's the same game. I don't understand the pricing there. It's a different world, but I don't like to sit on my computer and play. It's just not me. I don't have that. If I'm going to sit down in one place and play a game, I'll just get out the game. Whereas an app is good for, at the airport, on a plane, on the go somewhere, waiting for church to start,
Yeah.
whatever it is that it's a that works for me. That's another way that I can experience games. If I'm at home, I'm not going to sit on my computer.
Okay. Yeah. I I'm not gonna. Yeah. The app version would be nice. The Steam version, I don't care. Just don't care.
Now you haven't played Spirit Island, have you?
No. No.
That's one that you'll need me to show you sometime, maybe on the cruise.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think you'll like it.
Yeah. I'm totally to playing that, but not the Steam version.
No, sure. I mean the actual physical version.
Yeah. Oh, so we're on the
Anyway,
cruise.
that's
Let's buy
my
Wi-Fi.
on Kickstarter, even though it's on Indiegogo.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Right. So mine is a game from Holy Grail Games. You probably backed that game already. I'm sure of that. And it's Titan.
Yeah, you
And
recommended it to me.
did
I
I?
love Everdell. Yeah, you did. You sent me a link and said that I should back it, and so I did.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
I didn't say
I
you
mean,
should back
it's.
it. I just sent you a
Oh no,
link.
you just randomly sent me the link.
Yes, but I knew you will back it. So that's the thing. So at some point when it comes, like in a year, at least, if not like in 2 years, probably, if we're looking at that game. So then we can play it because you backed it, and I'll just come over and play.
Oh, so you didn't?
No,
You
I
just sent it to me so that I would back it? That's
yeah
horrible.
yeah, but
That's
I
like
mean, like, I don't
sending
want
an
to.
alcoholic a bottle of wine.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I did. But I mean, like, no, it's just I'm not into Kickstarter games anymore. Like I can back maybe a very few of them, but right now I'm seeing more and more of that practice of me getting a Kickstarter game and it being cool, okay, nice, and then I'm selling this one. And I'd rather wait when it comes out and not get all the extras and things which I will never play anyway. Like it depends on the game. Like for example, we have like games with like metal coins and those little extras which you will probably not get during the retail thing. Yeah, but with this one, I don't know. I don't care.
Okay. Well, it looks interesting. I took a look at it mostly because I thought you were recommending it to me. You were instead just tempting me with it. But I do like the way the board looks. That kind of looks quite interesting.
No,
This
I
big
yeah.
plastic board that's a
Uh,
crater, and
I really want to try this game because it looks amazing. I'm like, I really like that thing. Like it's on a Titan, which is one of the moons, and in this one you are building those rigs and trying to mine the resources and trying to build those different, those channels or things and your tubes, something like that, and trying to build up your network, probably down and down into the crater and trying to get the most resources. But it's not like I can just mine on the outer, skirts of the planets, and not do anything else and then win the game. Because in this game, as you can see, you're building a network down as well. In this game, you have your player boards, and in this player board, you have those different pipes, yeah, and these are the pipes which you build in order to expand your network in the crater. And if you will not take those pipes off your player board, you will not have any space for the resources. But you want to get as many resources as possible. So, which is really cool. Yeah, you need to expand and mine at the same time. You don't have a choice not to like mine and just play a turtle game. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I like the looks. I don't know very much about the game, but looks cool, looks nice. You transport things with those whatever they are, drones or something like that. And yeah, I just like the looks. I like the theme. I like the looks. I like the art. Looks really really cool, but it's expensive. Though 82 euros. I mean, like we have like Tapestry, which is like 100 euros, something like that. So, which is also like all the deluxe components and things. So, yeah.
Let me tell you something about Tapestry. I know it's off topic, but at this game thing I went to the last weekend, it was being played constantly. Tapestry and Teotihuacan were the two most played games. I mean I like both of them, don't get me wrong, but I saw people playing the heck out of Tapestry. So that's
Because
just sort of
it's
the point.
yeah, it's extremely hype because people are very controversial regarding this game.
Mm,
It's a very controversial game right now. People are. I've been reading the Tapestry forums. I didn't really comment. I just wanted to read, like have a
mm,
popcorn, and read things and comments. And they were like,
mm.
"Oh, it's sometimes it got ugly, and in
Oh,
sometimes there were very many cool discussion things going on. Like, it's like a science topic, something like that already.
mm.
Where people have theses and then they're trying to disprove each other and like
Oh, well. I think the best way is just to try it. I got those little clip-on bases though that make
oh,
the figures fit a little bit better on the board, and that really helps.
is it possible to get more of them? I mean, like I will get the
The
tapestry as
clip-on
well.
bases.
Yeah,
Do you have? If you have a copy of Tapestry, you can get an order. The clip-on bases are like $14. They're not very much money at all.
yeah, but where is it?
I'll
US?
send you a link. Yeah, well, there's a guy in Minnesota who makes them on a 3D printer. He can either sell you the files to do it yourself, or you can just buy them for like $14 or 15. I
Oh,
don't know. They weren't very expensive.
because maybe
So
maybe
if you
I'll
want,
yeah,
I'll send you the link, and you can, if you want, you can have them delivered to me and just pick them up
yeah,
in January.
yeah. That would be cool because I will have a like the release of Tapestry is like first November was the retail release, and one of the
Hmm.
shops, the Estonian shops, they ordered copies of Tapestry, so I pre-ordered Tapestry, so it will be
Yeah.
here in like
Well,
2 days.
don't worry. They're not vital. You can play without them, but they
But I
do
can
help a lot with
see,
one of the criticisms.
yeah, I totally see that in the review. I saw the problem and it was like, I saw the clips on the Dice Tower channel, those clips, and then I was
Yeah.
like googling about them. I was like, "Ooh, really cool!
Yeah, I'll
Looks
send you a
like
link.
solved the problem." Yeah. All right.
And if you want, you
So
can put it in the video here. I'm sure the guy wouldn't mind some publicity.
yeah, I have to kind of copy that from my phone, but let me just let it be for now.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll let it. We'll do it later. Anyway.
Yeah. So, and we are past the Kickstarter, and we're gonna go to topic of the day,
All right.
and that's top 10 anticipated games of 2019 revisit. So we're gonna talk about the games that we put on our lists, like
And we've had 11 months to play.
11
Well,
was in
10
January,
months.
something like that.
10 months to play. We've got January through October. November doesn't count yet.
Yeah, and yeah, these games are yeah for you it might be interesting, but for me it was like I looked at all that list and was like, nah, I don't care. I'm just gonna name games and then go on.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, of the 10 games on my list, I have played 9 of them. And the only reason I didn't play the 10th one is because it didn't come out yet. So.
All right. So what was your number 10? What?
My
So
number
these are
10
the
was
these so,
Barrage.
Barrage. Yeah. So I want to mention that these are the lists that we already made. So we're gonna revisit the list. This is not a new. anticipated games list. So just to be sure. Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, Barrage.
Yeah, so I played Barrage. I have some thoughts on Barrage. First of all, I love the game. The quality of some of the components is a bit lacking, and by a bit I mean extremely. But the gameplay itself is pretty solid. It's an interesting. You've got this wheel, and so that's the main. I mean, there's some worker placement that's going on, but the main mechanism is this wheel. And so when you build something, you take the currency, which are the machines, and you put them in the wheel, and then occasionally you will spin the wheel. And so when they rotate all the way around, then they come back to you, and you can use them again. And that's sort of the core mechanism. But really, what you're doing is you've got water that's flowing down through these channels into these basins, and you're trying to build dams so that you can generate hydroelectric power, which you can use then to get points. But you can then build a dam upstream from somebody, and if you build the dam upstream from somebody, then you will be able to take the water before they get it. So it's very mean and in your face, but there's a lot of sort of building your own little world, and you get better bonuses as you go along. Special abilities. Some of the components are gorgeous, and I got this fancy 3D board, which is kind of a pain to deal with, but looks really cool. So,
Yeah.
it's a mixed bag components wise, but the game itself is pretty solid, and I definitely am impressed with it. I don't know what I would rate it, probably a 7 or and always looking forward to playing it again. It's a little bit much to teach and grasp your first time, but once it clicks for you, it's a really fun game.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sure I want to try that one at some point, but yeah, no, haven't tried this one. So I've not been to Essen this year again, which means that I've skipped all the new releases basically. So yeah, I have to wait now.
Yeah.
To play them. All right, so my number 10 was Artemis Project, and I haven't played this one, so let's move on.
Neither have I. So
yeah, but it's a dice placement, worker placement game with really cool underborder theme, or I don't know, something like that. Looks really nice. I like how it looks. I'm gonna try this one. We'll see what happens. So let's go to number 9.
My number 9 was Dice Throne Season 3. So this is the one that I haven't played because it didn't come out. I assumed it would. They instead announced a different kind of a Dice Throne game, which was a re-implementation of Season 1 and kind of an adventure game on Kickstarter. It hasn't arrived yet. I did, however, play Season 1 and Season 2 several times, and Season 3 was just going to be more of the same. So I'm sure it's great. And as soon as it eventually gets released and comes out, I will play it and love it. But it is the one failure on my list. I did not play Dice Throne Season 3 because it never became available.
So it doesn't really show Season 3. Okay.
Yeah, I was guessing it would come out. It was just a prediction. I knew that something was coming for it, and I assumed it was going to be a third season. But instead, yeah, that's the Adventures. That's what that was on Kickstarter, and it has not come out yet, but it will eventually, and I'm sure it'll be great.
Cool. All right. So my number 9 is a game I don't even know what it's about. I didn't look. Like, I looked at the list, but I didn't go through the games again because I wanted to surprise myself, kind of, oh, what's this game? What I put on the list at the beginning of the year, And so this is The Secrets of the Lost Planets. And
what was The Secrets of the Lost Station?
Is it?
Well, that's what you said in your list. I don't know. I mean, maybe it changed its name.
Oh, sorry, it's Station, not the planet. I probably Station. Yeah, I put the. Yeah, it should be this one. So
okay.
I know nothing about this game. It's a sequel.
About how much I know about it.
It's a sequel to Secrets of the Lost Tomb, which probably is like, it should be like adventure type game, yeah. and it's from Everything
Okay.
Epic Games. So, but now the thing about this one, it's probably very long and has those little miniatures. It might be good. But it's a role-playing cooperative game, action points and so on. So I like these story games. That's why probably I put this one on the list. But it's Everything Epic Games. They did Com Awards, which
Ugh.
yeah, I tried to be nice to that game, but Com Awards is
I
not a
didn't.
good game. It's not a game. Com Awards is not a game. It's activity, which is not so good of an activity, sadly. So
Yeah.
now
Oh,
I have
geez.
my doubts about this one because I'm like, I
I
don't
do
know,
too.
Com Awards. I never got this one. Look at the Com Awards came out 2018, and they criticized my. Some people criticized my criticism about the game, and here it is. It's almost like 800s. You can see. So nobody really cares
Well,
about this game
I did not like that game at all. So
at all.
I
So
am not looking forward to any other games by that company unless they're amazing and I hear about that from other people first. Anyway,
all right. So your number eight,
my
eight,
number
eight.
eight. My number eight was Ragusa,
Yeah, heard
which
about that
came
one.
out from Capstone Games. It is a very interesting little game where you are, I don't even know how to describe it. You're placed in a little house and it's on the corner of three hexagons and you take all those actions. And then for each other house you have on that hexagon, you take that action again. So you're sort of building your own way to maximize actions. There's a lot going on.
Ooh, looks cool.
However, it's not hard. I like it a lot. It's I've heard criticisms that it kind of feels samey if you play it lots of times, but the few times I've played it, I really enjoyed it. I think it looks great. I think it's very simple to teach, except for one rule. But once you figure out how that works, it starts to make sense, and it doesn't take very long. And there's a lot you can do. And I really enjoyed Ragusa. I and I hope to play it lots more. I mean, I think it might be in my top 10 of the year. I really like it. I am predisposed to like the theme, of course, because of my time in Croatia, but I think it's great.
Cool. Looks really nice. Yeah, I don't really know about the game that much, but nice, nice. Is it on my wish list? It will be now. Cool.
Okay. Well, I mean, try it before you buy it, but
No, I'm just putting things on the wish list, which is like I want to look at and so on. So, all right. So my number eight is another game I don't really know about. I know nothing about. Master Plan. It's probably 2019 Master Plan, not 2011. So, uh,
yeah.
oh, 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 what's this game? Oh, it's economy and city building. That's probably why I put this on the list. But I, I don't know. That's a city building
Oh.
game. It's not
Well,
a.
hopefully it's great.
Uh, it doesn't look bad. I mean, like this should be maybe it's a half prototype thing. But this should be like a finalized artwork, which is not bad. Doesn't look that bad. You can see the roads and things and the buildings and stuff. So
Okay.
it's a prototype. So
Yeah.
it probably hasn't come out or yeah. I don't know when it will
Okay.
come out. No, nothing.
Well,
Let's
I
move
don't
on.
know anything about it either.
Yeah,
So
number 7.
my number seven was Tiny Towns. Tiny Towns came out earlier this year. I don't know, April, March, something in there. Uh, it's a nice little bingo-y type game. You're sort of everybody. You take your turn. You pick a color. You place a thing out, and then you'll build some structure when you make little patterns of the cubes on your board. It's fast. It's very easy to teach. It's a lot of fun. It works well with just about everybody. I don't think I've had it fail. I've had it not succeed amazingly. Some people just don't like it, but I really do. I think there's a lot going on. I think I'm surprised that we haven't had a couple of expansions already because it seems rife for them. You could just make different buildings and have a bunch more things. And it looks good. It's very short, so you can play it twice in an hour easily. It's a good family game.
Puzzly,
I
like
think,
Tetris type thing as well. I see.
yeah,
Yeah.
but you're sort of making the puzzle yourself. Like, if you want blue, you can always get it. You just wait for your turn, and you pick blue, and then everybody takes it. And so you're trying to manage those expectations. Some of the buildings help you to do that by letting you get rid of extra cubes you don't want. It's a good game. I like it.
Okay. Yeah, I might try it at some point, but I'm not into that kind of abstract puzzle games. I mean, like the where you need to build patterns. It's the same with the
Okay.
Polyominous and Azul and the patchwork and all of its recreations. Maybe it's 2 dozen of them. It's not my style. Not my style. Anyway,
Well,
let's go to
I
my
think it's
numbers.
worth your try. I mean, it's worth 20 minutes of your time at least.
It says 45 to 60.
It's not.
Okay. Okay.
That's if you
Okay.
play with a group of like a full complement of players and people can't make up their minds.
Yeah.
Then it's
Okay.
60 minutes. If you
Get it.
play with two, it's 20.
All right. So my number 7 is a game that I want to get and I want to try, which is Zero West. Zero West is it's a Euro game with different modules, and I like games with modules. I like where I can play the same game but a little bit differently each time. Yeah, I like that recreation. And this one looks nice. I haven't played this one, but you're building up, getting resources. You have different mechanics and different modules. So yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played it either. It's generally gotten, I think, fairly positive comments, though. I'm certainly interested in trying it. I'm trying to, I mean, the theme, it looks very pretty. The theme sounds a little bit meh, but
No,
I think
it's
if the
probably
game's fun,
themeless. Yeah. But I like the like you're building up the cards. I like this one. I like
yeah,
card laying mechanism like what was in Hanshu, and like tile laying mechanism kind of is cool. I like that as well. It's kind of building up things, and as it has those different modules like first class, for example. First class,
hmm
though you have the train and you kind of see that theme of like a train or whatever, but it's just an abstract kind of uh, optimization of your resources of the actions in the center and so on. So this one sounds like something very similar, which is good for me. So Zero West,
yeah.
number 7.
I'm interested to try it. That's at least something I can say.
All right, so number 6.
My number 6 was Combo Fighter. I had already played it at Gen Con. It came out earlier this year, and I played it a lot of times in a row. Really like it. Lots of fun. Very fast, sort of two-player game. You just play the cards. It's got this sort of rock, paper, scissors type mechanism, but you can also build your combos. You've got 10 or so different fighters who are each different, have different kinds of abilities. It works really well. I like it a lot. Solo, it's not the best, but playing with two players, which is how it's intended to be played,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
it
lot of
is.
fun. Really like Combo Fighter.
Yeah, I could comment on that as well. So I think no. Did you know about the game already? Like we went to that booth in Gen Con. I think like
And I played it, and I liked it, and I bought it on the spot.
yeah. And then I got the
So, I mean,
preview. I got the preview copy in the same Gen Con, so I played at
hmm
home as well. So, but there were some tweaks needed to be there. Like, but then I played it in. I played on the cruise. I think the last one. I was like, I want to show you a game. There was two. It was with Peter
you
Wogan
showed it to
from.
someone else. You didn't show it to
Yeah,
me.
no, because they already knew the game. But it was Peter Wogan from the Breaking Games.
Okay.
Peter Warren. And so I showed him like this is a really cool two-player game. He's like, all right, let's try. And I'm like he wasn't sure about the game, and then I just explained the game. He was like, oh, it's really easy. And then we played the game. And he was like, oh, I like that. It's really cool. So yeah, it's a very nice rock paper scissors type game. Very fast. Just choose a card and kind of see what happens. Though you try to predict, which is I like outsmarting, outguessing, and so on. and then you
And
you get the combo. You get the first card of the combo, and then you have the other cards, and then you lay it down like boom, 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 boom. It's done. It might be done in 15 minutes. That's
yeah, oh,
that's what it
definitely,
is.
it's not long at all. Yeah, and it's nice because all the decks are different, right? You've got different combinations of the different colors, and you know that going into it because it says on the card, you've got 19 blues versus 10
Yeah,
reds or whatever. And also you can see what the other person's kind of desired moves are because of their combos. And so there's
and
a lot
special
sort of an
ability.
extra layer of outthinking.
Yeah, this game needs very many different fighters. This game needs a variety. That's the thing. If they can
Well,
get
but
the
it's got a
big
lot.
box, yeah, but if they can get the big box out with like 10 fighters, that would be great. At least 10 fighters.
Well, I think that's what it has, right? I think it's got
Mm,
about 10 5.
it is, but there's no big box. There's like a
Oh,
they're like it's the same with the dice throne. It's they have those like one and another one versus one thing,
oh.
something like or like
Well, I
the
bought the big
basic. Where do you get the big one?
I bought the big one. I have the big box of Dice Throne that has all the fighters in it.
Oh, because I think this one has the four fighters in the base game
Oh,
only,
yeah,
which
maybe
is
that's right. I bought all the expansions though, so
oh
that's
because it doesn't show the expansions, but this one, yeah, the four
okay.
basics, and then oh, you can see, yeah, there's the versus pack. So you get two,
Okay.
two, and two, and then you have four initial ones, which is
So that's
yeah,
10.
yeah, yes. That's 10 in total, but you need to buy different. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Just give me all 10 in one box. Though I
Okay.
understand they bring the cost down, and if you don't like the game, then you don't like the game. Anyway, so let's go to my number six. My number six is another game I know nothing about, and that's Exploration. And I don't even know is
It
this
sounds
one.
like a really boring title.
Yeah, it is. Oh yeah, this one was very scientific. It looked like the space exploration. I do like space exploration. Oops, I'm sorry. I just yeah, and I don't know nothing else about the game. I just remember it being very scientific, which for me sounds cool. And it seems like these are replaced by the miniatures, which is great.
Okay.
But overly, yeah, just sounds interesting. No, nothing else.
All
Didn't come
right.
out. When it comes out, we'll see what happens. Yeah. In
Sure.
2000, it will come out in 2047 when the first human mission to Mars launches. Yeah. So
Okay. Well, that's pretty exciting.
anyway, you're number five.
My number 5 was the newest expansion to Aeon's End New Age. I got it expecting it just to be an expansion to Aeon's End, and it was so much more. So it is an expansion to Aeon's End, but it's got a little campaign you can play through that sort of follows the mold of the Legacy game in terms of the story, but without the evolution deck. It's not a Legacy thing. But then once you finish that, it gives you the tools to make a 4 game campaign of any Aeon's End product to date. It gives you the cards you'll need sort of for the level one, first boss, second boss, third boss, fourth boss, and gives you some things that will give you a legacy feel where you're improving, but then you can reset it and play, and you can play an open-ended legacy type Aeon's End scenario with whatever you've already got. It is
Mm.
fantastic. I love the new bosses. I love the new heroes, which are all very different. They take the game and do something very different with it, and I just found it to be a ton of fun. Really loved Aeon's End New Age. It takes Aeon's End and pushes it just that much higher in my estimation, and it was already pretty high.
Okay. Nice.
So
Looks
if that
nice. Has
wasn't clear, I
many
really liked it.
heroes. Yeah, has so many different heroes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder.
and it's got several different bad guys too, and so Aeon's End has a lot of variety in it, and it's got a lot of cards. I mean, there were already a ton of cards, but it just takes the variety that the game had, and doubles or triples the number of combinations. I don't know, but it really does a lot for it, and it's just never going to be boring
Okay, it looks nice. Yeah,
at this point.
the art and everything
And the
looks nice.
artwork
Yeah.
has consistently gotten better in the game.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right. So my number 5 is So Long My World, and this one, I think it came out in at the end of the last year, but I mean, like it's 2019 basically. It was delayed. It was a Kickstarter, so it didn't come out. It didn't come out in 2018. That's what I remember, at least.
Okay.
Or it did kind of in the end, When we did the list, I didn't have
Yeah.
it still, so
Fair
so
enough.
and it was a Kickstarter, so yeah, probably the delayed product anyway. So, and this is I talked about this one. This one has the kind of the theme of the world is ending and humanity is dying, and you only have few hours. And will you be a nice person or a bad person? And it's a card game. It's rather abstract. I did the review of the game as well, and in this one you have those different locations. You're outsmarting, outguessing your opponents. You are trying to go to these locations and trying to be the only person in those locations, so you can grab those emotions, which are resources. You can use those resources in order to play the cards from your hand, because if you still have cards in your hand at the end of the game, then you will have the minus points, and you want to play those cards because they give you special abilities. They kind of customize your play, kind of. It was nice. It was interesting, but it had a few problems, and I feel like it had this kind of a restriction and not enough great cool combos and variety that I would have loved to have. But it was interesting theme and nice approach to kind of a simultaneous action selection thing. So that's Along My World. You can check out my review. I give my thoughts out there about this game.
Okay.
More precise thoughts. So
Well, at least you've played it, so that's a good that's progress. I have not. I know nothing about it other than what you've told me. So
yeah. All right. So
anyway,
your number 4.
my number 4 was Skulk Hollow. We talked about it a little last time. It's a fine game. It's a fine game where one person's the troop of foxes and one person's a troop of is one big large monster. And you've got 4 different. The monsters are all different. The foxes have some variety, and it's a 2-on-2, 1-on-1, head-to-head game, card based, light, almost a war game style. Really like it. The box insert is thoughtful. The characters are unique. It feels different than the other games that are out there, and I just really like it. So another hit for me was Skull Hollow.
Haven't played this one. Know nothing about this one. You told me about this one, but it
I
has
did.
Kate Mateka, who did the role player.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it's looks nice. Maybe we'll try
It's
it.
definitely a hit for me. I mean,
Yeah, we should try it at the cruise. Yeah. All right.
okay.
So my number 4 is a game about the tea, because I never had a game about with the theme of a tea in my collection, and this is Alubari, a nice cup of tea. And though the box cover doesn't really invite you to play this game, yeah,
It does have a train on it.
I mean, like the theme does, and it has a train. Yeah, it has this kind of a what's the yeah, it's economy and trains and worker placement. So I was like, oh, the mechanics sound cool, and it just looks like a Euro game with like a should be like Mancala thing going on here, or something like that. Don't know. Anyway, I haven't played this one. I don't remember about this one that much anymore, but it looks nice. Yeah, you are
Well,
trying to
it
pick up and deliver
It
things
just
probably.
came out. It was
Yeah.
an Essen release, finally. I think it was, it was delayed so much, but I think it did finally come out at Essen. I haven't played it either.
Yeah, it's a pick up and deliver. Sounds like a pick up and deliver with other twists and nice nice theme. Theme is probably what makes me wanna play this game the most, though it's a prototype. This one seems to be like a prototype.
Well, the theme does not make me want to play it, but the designer has done some great games that I've really liked. I
Yeah.
like Guilds of London. I love Snowdonia. So I mean, I'm interested in it too. I was interested in it before the year. I just didn't know when it would finally come out. And as soon as it becomes available over here, I'll probably pick up a copy.
All right, so let's go to number 3.
All right, my number 3 is another one we've talked about, both here and in private, and that is Cloudspire. Cloudspire is a game that I love, love, love. I've had so much fun with it. It is huge. It is complicated. It is expensive.
It's huge.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
But it's so much fun. You've got 5 factions if you get the extra one, and they're all very different. And it's just this sort of run out and combat each other and sort of customize your little faction to get the special abilities that you want and the units you want. And you can build these nice big towers that you can use to defend yourselves, and you've got different characters that are running around. It's just a lot of fun. And once you get a play behind you, you'll understand the game. That first play is a little bit of a beast because the first round or two, you're still figuring out, okay, what am I even doing here? It's a very difficult game to teach, but once you know how to play it, it's not a very difficult game to play, and it is a lot of fun. I really like Cloudspire.
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
Although I really liked all the games so far, so on my list.
I know nothing about this game, so I mean, like I heard about this game.
It's also a devourer of tables.
Yeah. It's one of the monsters from the Arkham Horror. The Devourer.
Yeah, I think
it sounds like
is a monster.
Yeah, Devourer of Tables.
It's Rod Moglith or something, whatever his name was. Yeah, it is definitely. I mean, it will. I have that huge table. It barely fits.
All right. So my number. Yeah. So my number 3 is Beyond Humanity, Colonies. So I heard about this one from Rauta as well recently. So this one should have kind of like the app integration with cool building up and things. So like I heard Rauta talk about this game recently. So I was like, oh yeah, that's the one I had in my anticipated list. Sorry, I have a flu a little bit. So and this one, like you're building up those different modules, and they light up because there's kind of a technology in them. I don't know what it is, but it kind of so it kind of connects with the app and gives you more and more stuff you can do, and you build up. It looks really, really cool. It looks very ambitious project. I mean, like it will be a huge hit or miss, but it sounds like a hit to me. A very nice, though. I mean, like the artwork, hate that, but the theme and the idea behind that with the app and with those 3D module components which have like electricity in them sounds really cool. I like that. So
yeah, well, I don't know anything about it, but I'll look at it when it comes out probably.
Electronic miniatures. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this one. This will probably be very expensive as well. So
yeah.
All right, your number 2.
My number 2 was Batman Gotham City Chronicles.
Okay.
This is the only one on my list that was kind of a dud. I wanted to like the game a lot. I like the game, but it feels like they didn't learn anything from Conan. There's some problems with it. First of all, the biggest problem is that the boards have various terrain features, but they're not printed on a small book. And so you've got to like hold the page up to see which space you're on to figure out what special features are available for that space. That's ridiculous. The rules, it's a 60-page rule book, and the end of it, where all the special abilities are, is organized on some random system. Also, there's no, I mean, it's very difficult to figure out even how to set up a scenario, and there are so many characters that each one's like used only once, and so it
Mm-hmm.
just feels like they tried so hard and missed the mark. And I wanted to love this game, and I merely like it, but I find it so frustrating.
Yeah,
And
I
it's not really even easy to get out and play. So this one was kind of a
okay,
miss for
okay.
me, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't like. I've heard about this game, like it's a Conan implementation, and I'm like, I don't care.
Well, I love
Big
Batman. I
miniatures, a
mean,
lot of rules. I don't care about Batman as well, so not much. I mean, like I like Batman, but not like, ooh, cool Batman game. Don't care.
well, I mean, I like to dress up as the Riddler, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
even in the Riddler scenario, he just felt like a character. I mean, the problem is that it takes the soul. It gets so many characters of Batman, but fails to give any of them the soul and personality that they need.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So that one's unfortunately maybe a thumb sideways or almost one thumb down for me. And I kind of wish that I hadn't bought the second season Kickstarter, but it was too late by the time that I realized that I didn't love the game as much as I thought I would.
Okay, so my number two is Clank Legacy, and it's a Clank with legacy elements. So
It is.
I haven't played this one, so it's not. It's kind of out now, but it's I cannot get it yet. So it's not out yet
Oh.
in like the you know wide distribution. So that's that.
Well, I might comment on it in a moment.
Yes, because your number one is
Clank Legacy.
yeah, it is.
And
Yeah.
I have played it. It is out. It is here on my table. I played through the entire campaign. I played it with Victor. We did it over the course of 3 or 4 days. I loved it. It was great. It was a lot of fun. If you like Clank, it will just be an amazing experience. I still don't know. I mean, it has some IP on it that's something to do with somebody's role-playing game. I don't really know about that, but it didn't matter because any characters are introduced in the game. And I guess if you knew them from podcast or whatever it is, that would mean something to you. But even if not, it's everything you need is in the game. It's lighthearted. The humor is really good, and there are some amazing moments that can happen because of the way things go. For example, this I mean, with the risk of I won't ruin the game for somebody, but like you don't go through every adventure, through every that comes with a big book of secrets, and you don't go through every passage.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Depending on some choices that you make, some of them will never happen. Some of them will happen. Things you do lead to other things, but sort of cut off other things. So there was this moment where there was a creature, and you could pay tribute to it. You could give up some of your things, and depending on where you were in the campaign and what things had happened so far, it could be an amazingly good result or an amazingly bad result. So Victor and I were both in the bottom of the dungeon, and I got this
Be
thing, and I
careful,
said, okay, I'll
spoilers.
pay
Be
the
careful.
tribute. I paid the tribute, and the way that things had gone, basically, it allowed me to escape the dungeon very quickly, while poor Victor was stuck there in the bottom and essentially died. And it was just so funny. I just found that to be really, really quite enjoyable. Not just that, but there were lots of moments like that where great big things would happen, and you build this board you can use again very easily. Unfortunately, it's done with a lot of stickers, and let's say that my sticker applying abilities are not the best, so I do not have the prettiest board in the world, but it's fun, and I think I just really liked Clank Legacy, and I hope that there's a season 2 that does it again. But even if not, it's a great way to play Clank, and it makes me want to play more regular Clank, or to use the character from my game with the Clank Legacy with the regular Clank. I don't know. I just really enjoyed it.
All right. Yeah, I kind of comment on that. So, but I'm sure I'll
Well,
get
you
it at some
should.
point.
You should play it, and you should love it.
Yeah. I'm sure about that. I like Clang, but yeah, I cannot get it right now. So once I get it, and I should get it, then yeah, I will definitely give it a try. Though
You know,
I'm
the
very
nicest thing about it is that it gives you objectives. So in addition to just going in and getting the dungeon, you have a row of cards that say, go to this thing or collect these things and spend them in this place. And you can either do them or not do them. And depending on what you do, sometimes something good will happen, sometimes something not good will happen, sometimes something good will happen only if you've done something else first or haven't done
yeah
something else.
yeah
It's very interesting. It creates this nice story, and it gives you really something else to do in Clank. And you could just go in and play regular Clank, run in, grab the cheap artifact, and get out. But the desire to kind of open things and figure things out, and we did not accomplish all of the story objectives. There are still some stickers on my board that say, when somebody goes to this space, read this entry in the book, and someday when I'm playing that, somebody will, and we'll do it, even if the
yeah.
campaign's done. So
All right. Sounds good. All right, the last one, my number one. My number one is Tidal Blades. Was the Heroes of the Reef? Yes. So Tidal Blades should have come out this year, but it's a Kickstarter game, so here you go. It's delayed, and it's delayed quite a few months. It will be out next year, like February probably. I'll get it like near February. You probably backed it as well.
yeah,
So it's from Droid City Games, and they did the Green Forest, which was very light but really cool game, and I like this game. So in this one, you have those dice, you are upgrading those dice in order to get better and better and better. You can upgrading yourself throughout the game, and it's a Euro game with extremely nice artwork, like Moana type artwork, and things. And it has this cool. I had the deluxe version where it had this cool kind of a was the arena or something like where you roll your dice in. So yeah, it has those deluxe components, and I really like games with great components and art. And it doesn't show exact game, but I mean, yeah, this is the game that I really want to play. I really want to get. It's hard for me to talk about that because I haven't played this one, but it has all this kind of a drafting dice things and manipulating and then upgrading your dice to new and cooler dice and worker placements and all those different combinations of your powers and wheels and stuffs, and just really cool. Just sounds really cool, and yeah, we'll be out next year.
I'll look forward to trying it too. I mean, it was obviously one that I already ordered, so I'm always looking forward to playing the games that I've already paid for.
Yeah, true that. All right, so this is the episodes. This is the episodes of Würfelcast, episode 13, where we revisited our top 10 anticipated games of 2019. As I told you, it wasn't that interesting for me because I forgot about most of my games. Like, I played only one of my games, and I kind of know about like maybe 4, 5 in total. No, at least something. But I wanna try some of
Yeah.
these games, and some of these games I'm like, I don't care about anymore. But I tried some other stuff,
And
and
I, on the other hand, played all of mine except the one that didn't come out, and loved all of mine except one which was a major disappointment. But the
yeah,
rest of them I really loved, it was a great year for games for me. I mean, we're not done with it yet. We've still got some time, but I have been very impressed with the things that I thought were going to be great and turned out actually to be.
Yeah,
It's nice to be right for once.
yeah. But I hope I can
'Cause-
like I hope I can get some other games out which were not my anticipated games but will be great as well, like Abomination or I got the pipelines. Though I don't know if it's 2018 release.
No, Pipeline's 19.
19. I mean, like it depends on the like, was it in Essen in a like limited quantity? If it was in Essen, but it was like just 100 copies, and then it came out like 2019, then I feel like it is 2019. So
Pipeline came out at Gen Con this year.
oh, this year. Okay, so yeah. So I
Yeah.
have Pipeline and also Magnastorm. I think came out last year. Anyway,
Okay, yeah, Magnastorm was a last year game,
anyway,
but
yeah.
I haven't played it.
The new edition of D-Day Dice just dispatched, I think, because the Games Quest sent me a link, a tracking link, and the only UK package I could wait for is the D-Day Dice second edition. So
Okay.
when I get the
Well,
D-Day Dice back,
I have my original D-Day dice, and they sent me a free copy of the new edition. So
why?
it was very nice of them. Oh, that was some big controversy back in the early Kickstarter that the company sold you some line for life where they give you a copy of their product, and then they just never made any more.
Oh yeah,
And
that was the one.
so,
Yeah. That's where they stepped
yeah.
in. But did you get it already?
Well, it hasn't arrived yet, but it'll come soon. No, they sent me an email that said if I paid £1, they would send me a free copy of the game, and so I said, sure. I mean, I mean, great. I like D-Day Dice a lot, and I'm curious to see the new stuff.
Cool. No, I've seen people like even those people who got a free copy. I've seen those people complain. Like, for example, there were some
Oh,
promos or something like that, and then like people like, we should get everything. And I'm like, this company here just gives you a free copy of the game. Maybe like just pay like €5 postage or something like that. Like
no, it was
basically three.
€1. It was
Yeah,
one.
yeah. But
Or no, it
something
was
like
one
that.
pound.
£1,
So
something like that. But I mean like, but the thing is that people you are so it was disgusting. I've seen those people like, why
oh,
are you complaining? You're getting like there was another company who lied to you, and now the new company comes in, and though there was a huge delay with this production, but it's finally out. They had delays because of the production issues and things. Didn't have delays because they didn't want to deliver this game, and they gave you
yeah.
a game for free. Why are you complaining? That's so not nice.
Yeah, well, I'm not
Very bad
I'm not
people
going to
over there.
complain. I mean, it hasn't come yet, but that's okay. I mean, I didn't exactly invest my life savings in it. It was one pound, which is what,
Yeah,
$1.30 or
but
something.
still, it was another
I
company
can,
which lied, so
yeah, I know.
you should
It's
know.
okay. I'm definitely excited to receive it. And actually, I remember I still have my old D-Day dice, and got it out and played it at some point this year, just sort of to remember it because I was thinking, or maybe it was late last year. I don't remember, but I still really like that game. It's a good game.
Yeah, true. All right, so thank you for watching. We're gonna see you another time in another episode of Würfel Casts. Maybe at that time, Kyle will be able to finish his top 1,000 or something like that.
I've already made the list. I just need to make the videos. I've been so bad. I was really busy this month. October was kind of crazy for me
Or
in
maybe we'll
terms
do
of
it in
work. But
November. Yeah.
well, I will do it. I want to do it. I've already done the hard part. I just have to do the easy part, which is sitting down and making a video. So I will
Yeah.
do it. I promise.
Yeah, but until then, if we'll do another episodes, we have many themes we can do. Like we can do anything, and we'll also experiment with
Our
different.
top 10 drag queens.
All right, so Aaron, bye. Was nice to see you. We're gonna meet you again in another episode of Würfelcast with no drag queens.
All right.
Sorry.
Oh, how sad.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, yeah. So, bye everyone who's watching there.
Bye-bye.
We'll watch, and we're gonna end the broadcast in 3, 2, 1, 1, 1.